Bist du schon ganz aufgeregt?
Ach, du hast es einfach vor, die Zeit vorgespielt. Zeit vorgespielt. Time Machine.
Back to the future.
Sueño contigo. Yo te voy a ver, Sonia. Pronto vamos a estar juntos. Oh, está cansado.
I mean, people that live their life together and that consider themselves family. In my view, that is family. So it could be you and your grandmother, if that's the case, or it could be multiple people that live together and decide that they're a household and a family, and they kind of create a sort of family loving environment for themselves.
An act of decoloniality is to also rethink families, and I think what we need to do now is to kind of I suppose rediscover ourselves. To what extent are we able to kind of redefine what our family is?
I had to read up what surrogacy is. I didn't know somebody in my circle of friends or family that did it before. What was great was that Philip and Memo took us along the way or onto this journey, like always supporting with photos. They were always in connection with the surrogate mother. And so there was always it was a process, like a pregnancy, although it didn't happen actually here, but we all followed it and we could all see it. So when they were then born, we had witnessed the whole pregnancy, although it happened in Durban. And then it was obviously very exciting to when Yona came and the twins took a little bit longer. That was extremely nerve-wracking time because they were also separated, and especially also Memo as a father was not able to see the twins in the beginning.
Hi, my name is Philip, and I'm here in Durban with my two baby twin daughters. They're here behind me. And we're waiting to travel back to Namibia to be reunited with my family. And the Namibian Minister of Home Affairs essentially denies the girls entry into the country to be reunited with my husband and our 2-year-old son. And so, as we celebrate Independence Day tomorrow, we should remember that for many members of the LGBTQ community, the words freedom and equality ring still, after all these 30 years, still ring quite hollow. And we have a Minister of Home Affairs who is essentially closing the door of the Namibian house to 2 baby girls that are, not even a week old today. And in the coming days, we will need your support to end this discrimination and to essentially allow Paula and Maya to come back home.
Are we here? We cannot allow institutions to continue to bully us with power and power dynamics and procedures. You need to apply at this court case, you need to apply here, you need to apply here, and only then maybe you get travel documents. only then maybe you get state recognition. Only then you get protections. So let us not allow ourselves to be bullied, because we are human beings and we deserve equality and justice. We deserve equality and justice. We deserve equality and justice.
A lot of people really in Namibia rallied and took to the streets in protest to say that these girls are the children of a Namibian citizen and they should be simply allowed into the country. Even now, months later, our 2.5-year-old, he sometimes just simply starts chanting like bring Paula and Maya home, which was the slogan. So under South African surrogacy law, the so-called intended parents have to, make an agreement with the surrogate mother, and that, is really defined very much by law as what is allowable, what is, has to be taken as precautions to safeguard the interests of all the parties involved. And so, only once that process is done, a court actually approves the agreement, and then that court also stipulates that any children born out of this process are, for all intents and purposes, the children of the so-called commissioning parents and not the children of the surrogate mother. So once that is the case, once the children are born, they then get a birth certificate which simply lists both parents, both commissioning parents as the parents. So from day one, both of our names appear on the birth certificate. And so the contention really in this case is that Namibia, in our case, suddenly doesn't acknowledge the South African issued birth certificate, which in all other cases they would acknowledge, requiring me in this case to provide a sort of proof of having a genetic link with the children for them to obtain Namibian citizenship.
The coming months are going to be decisive for us. It's really going to be moments where we get signals whether we are welcome or we are discouraged to be here. I suppose I'm ready for surprises and not just without grounds. I think our journey has proven that that we should expect the unexpected. I remain positive because of what I saw during our hearing in the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
I thought the judges were reasonable, understanding, focused, but that again does not mean that the judgment will be what we need. It might be a positive judgment, but maybe not positive for us. This is about my immigration status in the country, which would allow me to basically be here, irrespective of the job that I do, which at the moment is at the university, but eventually if tomorrow I want to do something else, I can't. But that's why this domicile is so important, because it also enables us to be freer here. And so definitely it has an impact. And as I mentioned, we don't know what to expect. So the uncertainty, I suppose, it's for anyone tricky. That's of course bad news, because that brings us back to the battlefield. We were already kind of hoping that we would now just enjoy this victory and move on, but well, the struggle continues. So I'm positive that we'll have a good outcome again, but it will require another round of fighting.
Where is you now? Where's the little guy?
Three green passports coming your way.
Yes, please.